Welcome back, viewers. Back for the final hour. And here we
Ish.
go. Ish.
Yeah.
Whatever.
So, you guys just exited the Temple of Corlan Larethian and Eloana and
Cauliflower.
Cauliflower.
No.
And
It's
Farlagan.
Farlangen.
Farlagan.
Farlangen.
However you want to pronounce it. And you guys are heading back to your inn. Take it away.
I break off, and I say I need to go make some purchases in town.
Okay. When you get back, that thing I was whispering to you about, I'll let you know then.
Why don't you come with me on this errand, and then we'll talk about it on the way.
I'd like to get some supplies as well. For once.
Okay. I sort of like offer like my arm out like this type thing, the lead.
I put my hand
Anyway,
around her
One
waist.
doesn't help.
You feel Durian's hand. You're wearing a breastplate. You feel some light pressure on the side of your waist as Durian takes you. And leaves.
As Durian takes you.
Well, obviously, it's only light pressure.
It's only a matter of
Ooh.
time. It's only a matter of
Fair enough. Travis, we're headed towards, I don't know what Fawn wants to do, but I'm headed towards a magic shop to make some purchases.
I thought you would. So you head to a magic shop, and they certainly have pearls available if you so wish. As the fairly young man pulls out some pearls, he says, I could, if you wish to do some identifying, I could help you with that, and you would have my receipt of authenticity.
Friend, I absolutely, under normal circumstances, would take you up on this because I don't think I have any desire for the goods that I wish to examine in question. But there's...
you never know. Hidden gems here and there.
It's a bit sensitive, and the items themselves were acquired off of a less than reputable character, and I wish to know what I'm even willing to... In other words, I'm willing to pay for identification twice to know what I am trying to offer, so that I am not letting something bad fall into the wrong hands.
Well, rather noble of you, sir. I can sell you these pearls for 110 gold.
That's fair.
All right, and he sells you how many pearls? He's probably got
4.
5. So
I need 1 per item.
Yep, absolutely.
It could be handy to have one on back. Wait a second.
What?
Are we sure we don't have one still in backup?
I don't have it in my character. If I did, it was in my bag.
Before his bag got stolen.
Yeah.
There's no pearl in there.
Yeah. No, you did.
Oh,
You guys did not find the pearl.
Yeah, we never got his stuff back.
Most of it.
Yeah, I buy 4 pearls.
Okay, 440 gold.
I give first the 100 gold pieces that we found off of Venric towards that,
Right, that's 100.
and then I pull out the bag of ruby gems.
Okay. Have you appraised those yet?
No, I haven't.
You should do so now.
Yeah, I pull one out and or I thumb through them like in my fingers, and I'm gonna appraise them real quick.
Yeah.
I say, Nina, take a look at these. What do you think they're worth?
Durian, please, no more.
I didn't say that, but even if I did, I'd be joking.
Why didn't you? Come on.
22. Nice. I got
22. Okay, yeah. You can see these look like a fairly standard cut and size. They're probably worth 100 gold each.
$1 million.
And there are 5 of them in that bag.
Okay, so it's 500 gold. I'm 300 down. I put down.
So you paid him
3.
100 gold already. So 3
Yeah.
would be 400.
I put down
You'd
three
need another-
ruby gems, and I say, Perhaps this will cover it, but I will make up any difference in gold.
Oh no, I'm sorry. Those are probably about 100 gold each. So we would need another 40 gold to complete the transaction.
Okay, I hand over the 200 silver. That's 20 gold, and then I hand over another 20 gold of my own.
Okay.
Big spender.
So I have 2 ruby gems remaining,
Yep.
100 GP each. I'm minus 20 gold
Okay.
myself, right?
Yep,
Is that,
yep,
Yeah, and then
And I'll finish that.
Venric's gold is gone. Gold and silver is gone, but I have the bag of onyx gems still.
Yes. And if you probably would have counted them at some point. You count 17 onyx gems, and these look like the size to be 25 gold. It's kind of a well-known price to you. You know that they're spell components.
Yes, I do. I am aware of that. Yeah.
Yep. So cool. Awesome. You hand them over, and he gives you 4 pearls. He
Cool.
says, if there's anything you're willing to sell, let me know.
I will let you know in town. We're not in for long, but I will be taking a look at these. And as I
Very well.
said, they're of questionable origin. So
Of course, of course. Excellent. So you head where?
back to the inn with Nina, but on the way, talk with her. So
Well,
if we want to
Thorn's
go over,
doing
if we
shopping
want to
while you guys chat and
No,
Okay.
I'll say it out loud because, yeah.
What is it, Nina?
So, Venric talked about a mistress.
Yes,
and
some
I
sort
think
of-
I might
We have
already know
established.
who it is.
Who?
Well, I think I might know who it is.
You know his mistress?
It's just
well,
the two of
we-
us right now.
also Nina's mistress.
Oh, I thought we were all there.
Yeah.
Wait,
so
wait.
Nina and Venric and his mistress had regular threesomes. It's okay.
No,
well, It was just Nina and I who went shopping at the magic shop. Unless you want to say
No, I
that.
think
Well, I was
everyone
there
said
and
they
then I
were.
went.
yeah, we all came
Everyone,
to go.
Oh, okay,
everyone is
so-
there.
Go
Yeah.
ahead, Nina.
And Fawn, you might not like this because I don't know your relation to her, but there's only one person who knew at the time we had a chimera egg, and that was the same
Santa?
lady who told us to destroy them.
Lasantha?
You think
Nod.
You think Lysandra is the necromancer's mistress?
Well, look at it this way from my point of view. Only one person outside the party knew about the eggs. Right? And that was Lady Lasantha. So if she told Venric about the eggs and came after us as the result to get the egg, then that would, in theory, make her the mistress.
I mean,
This is an intriguing.
Maybe he was a shapeshifter.
it's possible, but I don't.
So here's
we don't
here's
know
the.
if he came after us for the egg or not. We've had dealings with him in the past.
But he
So
would have
Lasantha-
told them we had the egg in the first place.
He could have just
So I'll
been
put it-
getting revenge on us. And sorry.
So I'll
Baron.
put it. I'll put
found
the
the
two options on the table about why this works and why it doesn't. The reason why it works is what Caben identified is that, or what you identify is that Lasantha had a burning desire to see these creatures contained, anything of draconic origin.
Not to mention,
Well, hold on. But the other side of it that doesn't add up is that she would want to see them destroyed, not brought back into undead life and to terrorize others.
Right. And
That would be against her wishes too.
and she was the lord of the town. If she was really going to do something
Unless she's
behind
incredibly
our-
two-faced.
behind our backs to
exactly.
get the egg,
I mean,
she could have ordered the whole
she
the town
she
guard.
was she was in the presence of someone else. So if she's trying to be very concealed about being an evil mistress of, was it Nerul
Nerul, yes.
or
Quiet
whatever?
with that word, but yes.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to think of, like what it was. Nerul? Question mark. Then she would tell us to destroy it, but maybe she knew someone's character. She wouldn't, or she only counted 3 destroyed eggs outside her house. I don't know.
Hmm.
I mean,
That would introduce some very new variables that we don't have a way to assess or even deal
I
with
mean,
at this point, and we
I
have a
can't
clear
confirm
destination. I
yeah,
mean,
I
at
can't
this,
confirm that's the thing, but it's the only thing that makes sense at the moment. Because, like I said, there's only one person outside the four of us who knew.
There's plenty
And
of
that
things
was-
that I mean, I'm not saying this is totally wrong. I'm just saying there's plenty of things that make sense. But we met Lysantha one time. If she knew we had an egg, she was the lord of the town. She could have took it from us easily. She didn't have to go back behind her backs with the necromancers.
but you're underestimating how even lords of the town who have unsavory alliances would keep those hidden, and the power in keeping those hidden.
She very well could, but why would she? I don't know. It doesn't. That part doesn't
I
make
don't-
sense.
I
If
don't-
she
I
wanted to
don't
take it, she
disagree
could
that
have.
it
She
doesn't
wouldn't
add
have
up all
handed
the
over,
way.
like you said, she wouldn't have handed over to a necromancer to be reborn as evil.
Well, I mean,
It's
no,
possible.
no,
I don't think we know
I'm just
anything
going
about
on-
it at all. It's some.
yeah.
We barely
It's like-
know Venric. We have no idea where he's been, who he talks to. It could be someone we have no idea who it is.
This is all the case. I'll put it this way: if it's Lysantha, we have too little information about her other motives to act on them in any way, and we'd only have to be in a wait and see mode and see if other information comes to us in some way. And on the other side, if it's an unknown mistress, somebody we haven't met, another a power. Remember, we haven't been in the north all that long. We don't know all the workings, and most of our time was spent in the wilderness. So we don't know all the workings in CN. So there could be somebody else at work who we have not encountered or heard about yet.
I'll agree. I'm just saying we should probably be cautious of her in case that happens to be the case.
If she were to show up at some point in the next week or two of our journeys, it would be very
Suspicious?
Yeah.
suspicious for sure. But she is old, and that's what makes it
She is
suspicious.
old.
So if we don't see her, it's likely that she is what she seems to be.
How old was Venric, Travis?
Young.
Like a young elf, older elf, middle
Let
aged.
me look. He is probably right around Fawnland's age, maybe a little younger, maybe. Tough to tell because he's, kind of sickly and skinny.
Yeah. So not
But
like
he
crazy
looked.
old.
Yeah, but I mean, you're an elf. You've lived around elves. Fawnland, you've lived around elves. Everyone's lived around elves except Nina, who doesn't know what she lived around. But,
Actually, I happen to live around two elves for quite a while, Travis.
You have. And but that wouldn't teach you much about elven culture and
Right.
other ages of elves because they're both relatively young. However, you would think that he was around Fawnland's age.
Okay.
In that range.
Yeah. Okay.
I just
Yeah,
messaged
so-
something to you, Kevin, on Roll20.
And for those of you watching, that equates to about a 30-year-old human. 30, low 30s.
I know, Jimmy. I know.
Either way, unless anyone has more shopping to do, I think we should stay the night here and
Yes.
make absolute haste in the morning for CN.
Yes, and let us
just
not
go
forget.
there
Let us
without
not forget
thoughts.
that we have two missions in CN now. We have the more pertinent mission, which is to get Nina back on her feet. But this was where we were headed anyway. We have business in town. Maybe they're connected.
Several side missions. But yes.
Cool. So, where do you guys head to? What do you do?
Well, I wanted to
assume
buy
I'm going
some
back to
stuff.
Inwood.
Yes, Fawnelin, you wanted to buy some stuff. What were you looking to buy?
I wanted to buy some more sun rods.
Okay.
I'm gonna go to the
Cool.
goods and services page, which I should have done before, but I forgot.
Yeah, I
to
don't know what they could. I think they're a gold apiece, if I remember correctly.
Oh,
Sun rod.
Before she
So you used one, and they
fuck is
are
it?
excellent sources of illumination, way better than torches.
Oh, 2 gold pieces.
Two
I get
gold.
like 3 of
before
them.
she
Sure.
before she
Before
goes,
I wa-
Travis, I would ask if while she's there, she could buy me a new lantern,
Fuck
and
no.
I'll pay.
Oh
I'll
yeah,
pay
you
the
left
cost.
your lantern in the woods.
Yeah.
Thank you for
Yes.
being honest, Josh.
And I would cover the
Mm.
cost of it.
You threatened to chop my hands off, so no.
Only if you stole. It was a vague threat at best.
You threatened to chop my hands
Vague
off, so
threats.
no.
Big threat.
You
The
literally
little
said
girl
I
with
will
the
chop your
remake,
hands
she
off.
follows
The
through
little
on.
girl with
gonna hit
ridiculous
you. I
robot
hate you.
strength and a giant scythe is like, I will chop your hands off.
Stop! If you steal from me, is the word. I
That's
use.
not a vague threat.
Doesn't work that way. You don't threaten
That's a
people
pretty
and ask for
specific
favors.
You may
especially
not
while
wanna
you're
do
It's a
blind.
that.
very specific threat, indeed.
You enjoy
no,
your
no.
breakfast. You may not want to do that because you may see no more breakfasts. That's a vague threat. A direct threat's like, I'm gonna hit you, Durian, and then you hit me.
It's a pretty
Yeah,
specific.
That's like
Yeah,
That's-
you have to
that's
admit, though,
like, I'm gonna
you
chop
made-
your
you
hands
put me a
off.
comment
That's a
at
direct
the death
threat.
Of my
So,
horse.
so from the sound of it, Faunolin refuses and leaves
Oh yeah,
Nina
Farland
to
refuses
think
absolutely.
about her
She just like
previous
walks
act.
away from me and it's like no no
Yeah,
no.
I'm gonna go with Fawn to
No.
the same place and go buy some stuff.
The fuck is
Cool.
a Tinder
What are you
date?
looking
I
for,
want this or not.
Caben?
Replenish my alchemist fire and jars of acid, I think.
Okay.
Also,
How many, like, what do you
oh
want
yeah,
to
let me bring
be?
that up. Sorry. Also, do we have to like specify we have torches, or is that rolled into our?
No, you need to specify.
Okay. Okay.
Because if you don't have it, you don't
Right.
have it.
I was.
And if you run out, you run out.
Right.
I have now 6 torches on the horse, unless Travis forgets.
Okay,
to
Travis.
put-
This is what I
No,
want to
they're
buy.
all on your horse. Your horse is like the one that hasn't died. So
Oh.
yeah, you've still got all that crap on your horse.
Yeah,
Okay.
I haven't fired bolts in a while, but arrows may need to be replenished now, Kevin. so-
Yeah, I'll figure those out because this was the first
Yeah.
big battle you've been. Well,
Actually,
last
I have.
session.
I have. Well, at least on my sheet I have 28
see?
arrows still. So
Yeah, and I'll have to adjust that because you used a ton of them.
yeah. Okay,
But,
Travis. This is what
but
I
it's
wanna-
fine. Don't
I want to
worry.
buy a flask of I want to buy 1 flask of acid, 1 flask of alchemist fire, and 1 thunderstone.
Okay, replenishing everything you've used. Cool.
Also, I'll buy 3 torches.
1 copper apiece, basically.
Yeah, I don't know what they cost. It's cheap. Like I'll work out gold.
Yeah, yeah,
Takes time. So don't worry about it. Cool. You've got some torches now, along with
Okay.
missiles for Hedwig to throw on.
Oh,
people.
also, what? Like, are we just in like a general store?
Yeah. Oh, you also have knotted rope.
Yes, I have that. Add that on my list, please. Okay, I guess we're in a general store. I want to show the shopkeeper, I guess, my red cap tooth, and ask him about it. Does he know what it is at all, or is he just like, I don't know what that is? It's just a
What?
tooth.
What the hell is that?
All right. No, nothing. I got it off an
Yeah,
animal.
I actually put those on your sheets today. I forgot you had them.
Right,
So
right.
you guys haven't looked into them at all.
Okay, so
And that's my mistake. I apologize.
yeah. If he's like, what's that? I'm just like, oh, it's thing I got off an animal. I guess I don't know what I want to do with it.
Kind of a weird tooth.
I know,
Whatever.
right? That's why I thought it was kind of weird, so I kept it.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Well,
I'll take.
someone might want it. Hunter, Tanner, or someone
Yeah, I'll check them
like
out.
a little trophy.
I'll take this stuff though.
Cool. So you buy your shit.
Okay.
Fawn, you are looking for torches, sunrods, and potions. Yeah,
Just
you can
Cure
find
Light
Cure
Wounds.
Light Wound. Yeah, you can easily find that. You head
Okay.
back to the squeaky-voiced mage's shop, and he has some for you.
It's a magic
Awesome.
shop.
You don't want to do his voice?
I don't know what
Okay.
you mean.
Is that the magic shop? We're going back to the magic
Yeah.
shop. Can I ask him about the red cap tooth?
Oh, what is that?
It's a red cap tooth.
A red cap? A red cap? What the hell is a red cap?
I like that. A red cap? Roll. What the fuck is
What the fuck is that?
Oh, it was a magical creature that I ran into. I was wondering if they're too.
Oh, I don't have much experience with those. You should check a more
Obviously.
experienced wizard.
Oh,
You
is
still go
there
to
one in
puberty
town?
dig?
Nope, I'm the only one here.
All right, I'll check out CN. Thanks.
Okay.
He sounds like
Sounds
Scooby-Doo,
good.
but-
Okay, thanks. I'm just waiting for that one shopkeeper that has the Scooby-Doo voice.
I think we just found him.
I think you found him. That's as close as I can get, buddy, okay? Not all of us are great voice actors.
it's a Scooby-Doo like...
Okay,
like that.
so cool. You
Let's
guys
not
are
get into
restocked.
Scooby-Doo voices here, I think.
Cool. So you guys are restocked and back at the inn.
Oh.
Take it away.
Right. What time is it? What time of day?
You got here pretty early, so midday at this point. Talking to the priest, restocking stuff,
The drunk
running
priest.
back and forth. It's noon.
I mean, I don't have anything specific that I need to do.
So does
Shall we
anyone?
I'm
No.
gonna perform at the in the evening.
Okay.
I wanna.
Is there anything you'd like to do before that?
I want to clean up
No.
from the battle. That's what I want to do.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh
you
yeah,
guys.
I
take
go
some
and
time
clean up, and
to clean up, dress your
I tell
wound.
Fawn. I say, Fawn, the head.
Yes.
Get rid of it.
What do I do with it?
Burn it.
You're a member of the party now. I trust you. Then I walk
Okay.
away.
so
Can I
what do you-
find somewhere safe to like go burn it?
I don't know.
Like
Can you?
outside of town?
Gotta
Like, is it
roleplay
easy
that.
to get
Yeah,
outside
I-
of town?
Yes, absolutely. It's not
Okay.
like a
Lockdown.
No,
Well,
you
no,
can
I
use-
mean like quick versus taking forever.
It's yeah, it's a
could
it's a
set it on
fairly
fire in your
small
room.
like pass through village.
Quick.
So you could set it on fire in your room if you wished, but yes, you can get out of town pretty quick. And do you just want to like go off 100 yards into the woods?
Yeah,
build a
I'll
little
just
fort here.
leave the town a little bit and kind of go into a remote place where it doesn't look like there's people actively like passing by and just burn it.
Controlled burn, you mean, by the way?
Yeah, I'm not gonna set the whole
Uh,
fucking forest on
Well,
fire.
she's not in an area with a ton of dry grass like a marsh. So yeah, she just goes into the woods and yeah, you burn it, no problem. I mean,
Okay.
there's still a skull left because you can't get a hot enough temperature to actually turn bone into charred ash. But
That's fine. Close enough.
so cool, you burn it. While she's out there, no one else wants to do anything. Durian doesn't want to identify with those pearls. He thought.
Oh yes, I do.
He wants to perform
Okay.
first.
Cool.
Oh.
I was gonna perform and then do it in the evening, but I
Yeah,
can do
but
it
you
now.
have several hours before anyone is there in the evening.
And I
So
need to
if-
be good and
so-
lacquered up before.
Oh, you're gonna, yeah. yeah.
Bartender, I'd like a bottle of your cheapest red.
But you have
Of-
daily
of
fear,
course,
daily
sir.
beer.
He wants the wine.
I
He
need
needs wine, not beer.
Wine is fine.
Well, here's a good bottle of swill.
I don't need a good bottle. What's expired?
Good bottle of swill.
I said
Swill.
it's a good bottle of swill, not a good.
Oh, excellent. Well, remind me of my seafaring days. Thank you.
Yes. Oh, seafarer. Were you a corsair of some type? You look, if you don't mind me saying, sir, you look the type. Well armed, well armored, obviously versed in combat. Can tell by the scars. Are you all right, by the way?
I'm fine. No, I was a traveler.
Traveler. Gotcha. Well, cheapest bottle of swill, 4 silver.
I give him 5, and I say, if you don't mind, I'd like to perform
Very
tonight.
good. Absolutely, the stage is always free.
You think I'll be busy
guarantee
tonight?
I would think so, very much so, especially with Faram's closed.
A shame about that.
Yes, he was a good man. We competed in business, but We organized a few hoop toss tournaments against each other. Get our usual regulars.
I put a 50 more silver on the table, and I say, Faram was a good friend of mine. We had a very short relationship, but we had an understanding about.
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah, we had an understanding about information. I'm always interested in news of the world, and occasionally I'd call back to Faram for news to keep me up to breast. But
Well,
since
I have
his
heard some whispers you may be interested. You know, a bartender hears these kind of things. Actually, well, this is more than generous. He sweeps your silver into a bag and he says, Lord and Lady Tegan came through here not but 4 or 5 days ago.
no,
Heading toward the capital. In some haste. I dare say there's, well, something going on that the council is meeting for. They're not in session right now, but they came through, and I wouldn't be surprised if other lords were coming as well.
how long ago?
4 days, 3 days,
And this
5.
was...
They didn't stay here.
No,
Most certainly
I
not.
understand, but well, that's interesting.
Yes, yes. I thought it interesting as well. And a man who likes interesting information, well,
My good friend, what is your name? I must have missed it. I'm sorry.
oh, yes, yes. My name is Talot.
Shallot? Like shallot, but not. Okay.
God, I'm
Tell
burning
us,
through
I will-
names today's guy.
You're gonna
today,
kill this
guys.
one too, Travis.
Well, I'm trying to set
Possibly.
I'm trying to set up an information relationship, so I
No,
need his name.
that's awesome. As you guys get higher in level, doing that kind of thing will prove more and more useful. Because not only
When
will
we're almost dead
your-
and stuff.
well, not only will your name carry weight, but people will know that you're good for paying them for information, for getting stuff. It's a good thing.
I
to do.
I
It's smart.
I pull out do I have another 50 silver on hand? I think I do. I didn't
I'm
spend any of my silver. I only have 156, so I spent 50
What did you spend 50 on? Silver.
just now. Just what you just took.
Oh yeah, yes, yep.
So I have, and so I pull out another 50 silver,
Okay.
and I slide it to him. I say, Talit, I am Durian.
Generous.
I have,
Pleasure to meet you, and he holds out his hand.
I shake it, and I say, I have other names as well, but should I contact you by whatever means in the future, I'd appreciate if you keep your ear to the ground for my sake, and there's a good reward in it for you.
Absolutely, and discretion is my middle name.
Well, I fear not others meeting me, but discretion is good. I will not say no to discretion, but more importantly is
If
ferreting out.
advertisement is what you wish, I can do that as well.
No, not advertisement, just an attention to detail in facts about the world around you. If you keep the ear to the ground, keep an extra ear for my sake, and I'll make it worth your while.
Absolutely. I hope this is the beginning of a good relationship, Mr. Durr.
You're at an important crossroads here,
Yes, I am.
and the competition is sadly lessened of late, but perhaps we can make the
Mouse has
best of
had a
it.
bit. It is. It is.
But thank you. And so I head for CN soon as well, and
See?
I perhaps will send word back at some point in the next couple of weeks.
I will await any word I hear of you. Cool. so you have made a new contact. Talent,
Nice.
barkeeper in... what the fuck was this in? The Rabid
was-
Dog Inn in Kilvas.
Yes.
Cool. Awesome. So you pay him some money, speak with him a bit, and then head upstairs with a bottle of cheap wine.
Time to
And
get work.
boom, you do your thing. So
I
what?
ch-
do you
so this
wish-
time I chug the bottle of wine, and then the last little bits of wine I use for the spell. That's not. I'm just
yeah.
fucking around.
Yeah. So you split out some mugs of wine and crush up a pearl. What do you wish to identify first?
Let's do the dagger first.
Tell you what are you identifying?
Dagger, dust, armor, and robe.
Awesome. Cool. So, do you tell the rest of the party this?
I don't know
What
where
you're
they've
gonna-
been when I've been having this conversation with the bartender, but I leave immediately upstairs after that.
Nina
so-
was with you. Because
Oh.
the other two went to give out supplies.
Oh, and I bring Nina upstairs with me, and I say, Nina, I'm going to I say, Nina,
She
you can't see anything,
She
so
won't lose
I'll
out.
give you a rare treat, and then I'm going to perform some magic in my room, and you can just watch or listen.
But Tish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
But
What help?
just come up to my room. Don't mind what you hear chanting. It won't make any sense to you, and even other things you hear won't make any sense. Just sit in the corner and
Don't pay attention to what you hear. Fap. Sorry.
see. I
there.
tried to steer that away from those jokes, but you just,
We broke
you just,
it.
like,
We
wrenched
broke
it
it.
back. You're like, nope, we're gonna keep talking about it.
Durian, you've bedded someone in the
Anyway.
party before, and you're bringing a girl up into your room.
I betted someone in
happens.
the party with another
It
NPC.
happens.
I
When
betted
you se-
two people in this
When
group.
you set, I'm just
Okay,
saying.
but
Not Travis's
Time.
NPC.
I'm just saying. When you set
Nothing
that
suspect.
precedent, don't be surprised when that gets brought up.
Sorry, shit.
Yep. Sorry.
I forgot I
I'm
muted my
ruining
mic.
the serious tone, which I
No. I bring her
I
upstairs and I
promise-
say, I need
Well-
to examine these items, Nina. I just need you to sit there. It involves wine. I apologize. I have to drink it, but just
It's okay, I understand.
if I'm mumbling
Sorry.
or yelling, just don't worry about it, okay?
Noted. Like, by the way, I had my mic muted, but I was saying, yes, okay, I understand. I promise not to make any noise. I just don't want to be by myself at the moment.
Yeah, no, I'll be with you. Don't worry not. I will still be conscious. It's not a completely unconscious state.
Cool.
By the way,
So
did you
you-
tell anyone that you were planning to... Actually, before he actually does it, he said he was going to perform, right?
That's later
Later.
tonight.
But it-
Just
Like,
said
That's
to
why
the
he
bar.
brought
Are you
you
interested in-
upstairs.
Are you interested in doing a duet? Because we haven't done one of those in a long time.
So we'll talk
Last
about it
time we
later.
did
My
duets.
mind's on my work right now.
I sit in the corner and say nothing.
Okay. Cool. So Durian, you do some identifying. And the first thing you identify is the dust, which
No, the dagger.
well, I'm just bear with me, please.
Got it.
So the dust is let me find it here again. Is dust of tracelessness. It's seemingly normal dust, but it's actually magical powder which can conceal the passage of its possessor and their companions. A handful of it into the air will cause a chamber up to 100 square feet to become dusty, dirty, cobweb-laden, as though it had never been used or has been abandoned for a long time.
I almost put this in Allison's one shot.
Yeah. A handful of dust sprinkled along a trail causes the evident passage of as many as a dozen men and horses to be obliterated for 250 feet back. The results of the dust are instantaneous, no magical aura lingers. Survival checks are DC 20 higher than normal.
Whoa. So DC
Yeah.
40
That's
basically, or 50, or 35 or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, it depends what
Depends
the
on
DC
conditions.
was, but yes. So this dust makes it easy to escape. Can't
Interesting.
believe Venric had this on him. And the other
Yeah,
three,
it would explain a lot.
yep, and the other 3 items are in the journal entry. So if you look under V,
Oh,
you will see the other 3, and I will start with the top. Venric's armor. It is a suit, a +1 mithril shirt. When you activate it, one of the 5 dangling spiky chains makes a melee attack using your melee bonus, or your base attack bonus, against
Hold on.
Jason.
Pause for one second. Sorry,
Sure,
I'm
sure.
sorry to interrupt. I'm clicking and I only see the picture. I don't see the.
There's no text. I just
Yeah.
see a picture.
That's under GM notes. God damn it. Sorry,
Thank you.
let me...
Yeah, it's fine.
Oh.
You can keep on reading it.
For
Yeah, keep on
what
reading,
it's worth,
I'll
I
let
don't
you
see
know.
the dust either yet.
Well,
the
the
dust
dust
isn't
isn't
in
there.
there. That's why I started with it.
Okay.
So there's Venric's armor. So the chains deal D6 bludgeoning, no strength bonus, but they are treated as magic weapons with an enhancement bonus equal to the armor's bonus to AC. So in other words, since this is a +1 shirt, it will deal D6 +1, and it will hit with the wearer's base attack bonus +1.
So you can only activate one of the 5. You can't say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's not 5 potential attacks.
Nope, it's 1 extra hit around.
Got it.
And it will
And you
attack
said it was
any opponent you designate within range, which is 5 feet. You know, it's normal
You said it was a
melee.
chain shirt as well?
It is a chain
Mithril
shirt, a
Mithril
mithril chain shirt.
I'm totally fucking wearing this, guys. I'm gonna wear this.
Yeah, refresh my memory. Is a chain shirt light or medium or normal?
It is light.
Mithril. Right?
Okay.
Mithril.
Or we suspect it's
Oh,
mithril?
it means
No,
It's
we know
mithril. It's like
we
it's
knew
totally
before we
mithril.
identified
We
it.
know.
Okay,
Okay.
go on. Sorry, Travis.
No, so that's it for the shirt. What's the next one you want to do?
The Chris.
The Chris.
The dagger.
Excellent. So, let me...
Reveal Chris.
Yeah. So this is
Nina
a
like looks
plus...
up but looks down again.
So this is a +1 Bloodstone Chris, which for the purposes of feats uses everything that a dagger would, with a silver blade. So this weapon can store a vampiric touch spell, and you can cast that spell against a creature upon a successful hit. So if you hit someone with it, you can use the spell stored in it. The spell stored within it can only, can be empowered by the Empower Feat spell automatically, but it can only store that vampiric touch spell. And there's a link to that within the description.
Fancy.
So what that
fancy.
spell, what that spell allows you to do is when you succeed in it says melee touch, but it's got to be the dagger actually hitting
like
someone for the purposes of
Life
this item.
stealy.
Okay.
Yeah, it
You
does
can-
D6 damage per 2 caster levels, depending on the person who casted the spell into it. And you gain temporary HP equal to the damage you deal.
That's pretty sweet.
We have to store
reference
a new
spell
spell every
attachment.
time we use it, right?
Yes, every time you use it, the spell is drained, so you have to recast the spell into it
Okay.
which
How
is
do,
ironic
and
because
how
no
do you
one can
recast
cast
the
that
spell?
by knowing the spell and casting the spell into
Well,
the
I
dagger.
certainly don't know that spell.
Yeah, let's ask
Yeah,
the
none of
priest
none
to
of
do
the
it,
party
right?
knows
The
that.
priest know vampiric touch.
Yeah, so the last one...
The rube.
Sorry,
The
go ahead,
rube.
Josh.
I was gonna say.
Do you have a question?
Maybe not.
No,
I have the answer to his.
it was sarcastic, Josh.
Yeah.
It was sarcastic.
So the last one is his robe. It looks to be an unremarkable robe, but if you put it on, you see that it's embroidered with figures representing undead creatures. Only the wearer can see those patches. And you can detach one per round. Detaching them causes it to become the actual creature that's pictured. The creature is not under your control, but can be commanded, rebuked, turned, or destroyed. I didn't mean to include that last sentence, doesn't matter, but
Didn't
those
hear
are
me.
the patches it still has on it.
Oh god, this.
Okay.
I know that. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Oh
You
god.
know nothing.
Burn it.
So you see patches representing.
Two of each of those.
Yep.
Yeah.
You see at least 6 humans, some wolves, kobolds, troglodytes.
Why are
And
they? Oh, zombie
it's
versus skeleton.
damaged.
Okay.
Do I get a sense from my identify spell if it's usable right now?
It would be usable, but it would be vulnerable to like it's already damaged. If it got further damaged, it would be destroyed. It would lose its magical abilities. It can be repaired, though only
Yeah.
through magical means.
That's true. Let me just
No.
bring it to a shop and be like, hey, I got this robe. Lets me create undead on will. Once per, every 10 seconds, 60 seconds, whatever. 10 seconds. I would like it fixed so it's functional. I don't like that it's not functional right now.
Well, it is functional.
I gave you the items that Fenric would have.
No, I know. I'm not faulting you. I'm laughing about how
This is very cool, Travis.
It would
Very
probably
cool.
be worth a lot to a necromancer.
If
Let's
only
not
we
do
didn't
that.
kill the
so
last
that
one we
egg
met.
that I had. Okay. I come out of a trance and
4
I'm like,
hours later.
shit. And I start drinking the wine from the bottle.
You've drained it at this point, identifying 4
okay,
items.
let me
it's
revise
gone.
that. I'm like, oh, shit.
Sorry, Travis. The chain shirt,
Yes.
is that once per
Yes.
day or once per round?
You just activate it, and it just goes
So it's just
until you tell it not
as
to.
many times as you want?
It's once per round, but there's no limit to the number of rounds.
Right. I just
Basically,
I'm
just an extra
totally
melee
fair.
attack every round.
Right, I just didn't see the once per round thing. Maybe I'm not reading it. Okay. Okay,
So-
that answers my question.
Has he finished chanting and everything yet? Basically, at this point.
Yeah, I'm just kind of sitting there now, and I was kind of like, well, you can't really see that. That's true.
No.
Yeah, I'm just like,
And I'm like, Nina, you still there?
yeah. Are you done? Can I talk now?
How drunk is Durian?
It's only
Imagine
one
drinking
bottle.
over an hour a bottle of
Oh,
wine.
I'm sorry. I thought you drank more. Sorry.
Oh, technically, it's been 4.
No. But it's a bottle of wine, but it's over an hour. I mean,
Right.
you'd be like,
What's
kind of like,
Feeling pretty
Right?
zen,
Yeah.
Feeling
Yeah.
pretty zen.
like
So,
a zen
what'd you
monkey.
find out,
yes,
Durian?
Nina.
Yeah, but that's the point. Each of those spells takes an hour, so you drank a bottle of wine over 4 hours.
Okay, so I'm like,
You're fine.
ooh, I'm just very tired actually. I'm like, Nina, what? Yes. What's up? What's up?
So, what'd you find out? Good news? Bad news?
Come on, Dodge.
No bad news.
Interesting news?
Just that Kava wants a dagger that's of no use to him, and
So, you saying we should sell that dagger?
But it's pretty.
It's also
we
plus
got a
one
problem that none of the stuff we can really sell in good company, and if we do, it's
Well,
we should
Yeah,
wait till CN to
Durian-
sell it. We
Durian,
should wait
you'd
till
al-
CN.
you would also know that there is a vampiric touch spell stored in that dagger right now. That's why the gem is so shiny. So it's
It's
charged.
so shiny.
You would know that from identifying, and I didn't tell you. So just FYI.
well, be a bit more specific. I assuming some of it is evil? If you're saying we can't sell it?
It's all evil.
The
weird-
robe-
this
the
dust, the
robe-
bag of dust that we found is maybe the least evil, but well, it's evil is by the definition of the bearer. There's a suit of armor here that I should change out for my armor, and it would be good. It's not evil. It has a defensive capability. It looks kind of evil, but it doesn't in it of itself is not evil.
What about the
You
dagger?
would know
What's
that
it
the robe literally is evil. It literally emanates evil. The other
No,
three
no.
don't. They're just items, but
But
the
vampiric
robe
touch
is evil as shit.
Vampiric touch isn't evil.
Vampiric touch is not evil.
Yeah. There's a difference
So
between
I say to
necromancy.
Nina, I clarify, I say, this robe that got burned it's a bad piece of work. It's
Let me guess.
it's
He's a
bad.
necromancer.
You
He does
just
something
you
for
just
necromancy?
summon undead from it. It just makes it happen.
Oh.
The usual.
Oh, should we just throw that in the fire and say it got destroyed?
Well,
I mean, I don't think like if we learn anything from our previous exploits, you don't want to keep this item.
well, keeping an egg doesn't. Yeah, you know what, Nina,
Okay.
you're right, but you're not right, but you're not wrong. I'll put it that way.
Oh, what was this say last time? Like, if someone steals this item this time and uses it against us, we're finding another wave of undead, basically, right? Is what you're saying? If this thing calls undead,
It's
wouldn't
only
it be
like
just better just to
dozen
destroy it?
undead.
Yeah,
I
it's
mean.
only a dozen.
Yeah, but we just fought a dozen of undead, Travis. I don't particularly want to do that again.
Yeah, the undead weren't the problem. The necromancer kind of
Yeah.
was.
Easy. We got.
I say, Nina, listen. We will deal with this stuff logically. Don't build your case against me. I get what your point is, and I agree, kind of. I just don't want to get rid of it in this little bumhole town, still close to Venric's hideout, where there might be other burgeoning necromancers.
Well,
I'm just
I mean,
cautioning.
destroy.
I'm saying we should have caution and wait on anything. The Chimera egg was the same thing. I didn't know that I wasn't gonna plan to sell it to an evil person. I just said let's wait and see what this knowledge and access to items is far more important than
Oh,
morals.
I understand. I'm just like, even if you sell it to someone with good intentions, there's no telling what could happen.
I'm not selling this robe, I can tell you that. Anyway, and I explained to her roughly what each of the items does.
So when he starts talking about Venric's armor, I go, oddly enough, that sounds like an item Thorn can actually use quite well.
Which one?
Fawn,
The,
I
armor.
believe you said?
No. Which item?
Yeah,
The armor.
the armor.
Oh, the arm. I thought you were gonna say the robe. I was like, I'm not fucking wearing that.
Fawn or
I'm
myself?
not there,
for
but,
sure.
you know,
a
like-
mithril chain shirt is. I wear a mithril chain shirt currently.
Oh, yeah, and like don't get me wrong, I reckon you could use it too. But I mean, she rides in the battle. She's on the front line. She could probably use it compared to
Nina's
you
just
who
trying to suck up
prefers
now
the-
because I won't.
No, Nina's a practical person, actually. Compared to you who prefers hiding stealth tactics.
I don't fucking hide. I literally just
No,
attacked
there's nothing
Well,
wrong with
okay,
stealth
okay.
tactics,
Okay.
by the way.
Because this session's
let's not
getting
say
close to
rather than anyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wrap up this conversation. I say I agree, Nina. We'll talk about it at the party tomorrow. I'm feeling too tired and injured, and I decide not to perform tonight.
Oh, you're laying down all our
Okay.
viewers, Durian.
Oh, we can always.
I was
continue.
gonna perform on my new flute that I bought, Tainted Love. That's what I was gonna perform.
Tainted love.
But I'm
Well,
not
I
gonna
don't
do
think
it
we'd
now.
have time
Bum,
to.
bum.
Yeah, they'd have to save it for next session, even if we were going to do it.
So yeah, I think this would be a good time to call it. The two full elves get back to the inn after their shopping spree, and you guys meet up. And Durian, can I assume you at least give them the basics on what the items are?
Yeah, very basics. I say they're all bad
Sure.
news. I told Caben that this dagger is dangerous once and helpful to you once. Afterwards, unless you want to go down a different path in life, it's basically a dagger.
Well, it's
It's still a plus
still a
one
plus
silver
one
bladed,
dagger.
and it's silver bladed too. You would note that, Durian.
Okay, well, and I say it has some advantages, and it is a better dagger than the average, but it's extremely powerful if you have the right tools. You don't want those tools, in which case it's more powerful than your run of the mill, ham carving dagger.
Well, I would like a dagger. We can discuss it tomorrow.
You need to know. I will explain to you if you wish this dagger. I will give it to you, but You will need to know its ability and what that means.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool. And with that, the
And
party
I
meets up.
explain about the robe, and
Oh,
I say we need to hang on to the robe for the time
Okay,
being.
we'll start up next session debating about what we want to do with the items. I think, right?
Sure.
Wear them all,
All right.
except for that robe. because
And
Yeah.
and just for our viewers' sake, because Durian doesn't get actual names, that is chitin armor. It is a robe of bones, and it is a +1 silver bloodstone dagger, a bloodstone Chris.
Yes, the robe of bones, Travis. Goddamn.
Yep, the
Nice.
robe of bones.
The robe of
The
bones.
key to any successful necromancer. It literally says that in the
Really?
DMG.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Staple
How many-
of any successful.
Okay, so this doesn't. I don't think this gives away anything in the campaign. Can you tell us
Sure.
how many charges a robe of bones starts with?
He didn't use any of it. It's a brand new robe. You would know that from identifying.
Oh, what
it.
a shame. He didn't get
Yep,
to use
gonna
his
use
new.
it.
Yeah, it's almost like he had several items that he never got to use because
Yes.
situations.
He's a coward.
Because we killed
No,
him.
because he spent his
Ah.
whole time gloating. He never
Yeah,
engaged. He
If
gloated.
by he's a coward you mean he put himself into an advantageous position to wear you down before you got into melee range, then yes.
Yeah, but he did
really
because-
smart
because
engagement,
we fucked
but
him
it didn't
over.
work out in the end.
No, it didn't
Spawn
because
used
you
a
guys
jangle.
killed the shit out of him, and I love that. I love that. I love playing a villain, and I love you guys
Villain.
defeating them.
Yep.
That's awesome.
That's good.
That's
Anyways,
great.
guys, thanks for
Cool.
watching. This is week 47. It was a lot of fun, little afterthought of a big battle that we took place last week.
Mhm.
But yeah, it was lots of fun finding out our
Killed some
loot
stuff.
and had a slight run with a hag and stuff. So yeah,
Yeah, you could have stayed and fought her.
we could have, but
In the dark.
I, like
I
what
wanted
we-
to, but she was all like,
I liked
"Poof,
what we
I'm
did.
gone."
That was a
I'm
good
like,
escape. That was
"Alright,
escape.
Yeah, I took it.
No money
Yeah, it
lost.
was a good escape.
Hey, once again, we'll be playing next Monday. Yes.
You should be fine.
I'm good to go.
good?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I'm good.
Next Monday we'll be back, guys. 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. You can check out past VODs and stuff all you want. Information's
Eastern.
below. Yeah, hope you guys join us next week. We'll find out some more stuff. I'm sure we'll be doing all kinds of stuff.
Yep. Thanks for joining us.
Finally going to CN. I'm really excited.